Hi, friends. We are getting into our next two chapters of How to Be Cool in Third Grade by Betsy Duffy. The two chapters we'll be reading today are Wah and A Kissless Morning. All right, so he walked slowly toward Mrs. Hines' door. She came out the front door pushing Toby in his stroller. His white pacifier was stuck tightly in his mouth. Robbie could see it move in and out as the baby sucked hard on it. Robbie, she called to him, come and take a walk with us. Robbie walked across the yard and looked down at Toby. He wanted to push the stroller, but Mrs. Hines probably would say no. Why bother to ask? She probably thought he was a baby too. How was school? Before he could answer, she continued, I remember how much I used to like the first day of school. Robbie walked along in silence, listening to Mrs. Hines talk. It seemed so effortless. Streams of words seemed to pour right out of her mouth with no effort at all. Sorry, that's our timer in the back. Wah! Robbie's thoughts were interrupted. Wah! Toby wailed again. What's wrong with him? Robbie looked down with concern. Is he hurt? He had never heard such a scream. Mrs. Hines laughed. Oh no, he does that about 100 times a day. That's just a baby's way of telling you that he needs something. Oh look, she bent down beside the stroller. He lost his pacifier again. I spend more time putting that pacifier back into his mouth than I do anything else these days. She picked up the pacifier. It was attached to a long ribbon. The end of the ribbon was pinned to the front of Toby's shirt. She put the pacifier back into Toby's mouth. The crying stopped. Babies can't talk like you and me, she continued. They can't say, I'm hungry, or I'm wet, or I'm tired. But they sure can let you know when they want something. How simple it seemed, Robbie thought, looking down at Toby. Wah! And you got whatever you wanted. He wished it was that simple when you grew up. Wah! New jeans would appear. Wah! People would stop calling you names. Wah! Your mother would stop kissing you at the bus stop. They started walking again. Mrs. Hines continued talking, but Robbie was not listening. He was thinking of something else. He had never said, I want jeans, or don't call me names, or don't kiss me at the bus stop. He had just expected everyone to automatically know what he wanted. He thought of his steps to being cool. Writing things down was not enough. Do it, a voice said inside him. Mrs. Hines, said Robbie, I'll be right back. He ran as hard as he could back down the street. I've got to tell my mother something before she leaves for the store. Mom, wait! She was just getting into the car. Wait, Mom! He paused to catch his breath. What is it, Robbie? His mother looked concerned. Mom, I need some jeans. His mother looked up at him. Do the other kids at school wear jeans? Yes, he said. All the other kids wear jeans to school. Well, she said, I guess you need some jeans too. She smiled and sat down in the front seat. Anything else? Anything else? Robbie couldn't believe how easy it had been. Now she was asking him what else he wanted. He thought for a second, then smiled. Underwear, he said. Plain white underwear. Plain white underwear, she repeated. Then she got that my baby's growing up look in her eyes, and Robbie took off before it was too late. In another second, she would be kissing him. Thanks, Mom, he yelled over his shoulder. He headed back to Mrs. Hines and Toby. The sun was bright now, and he wanted to push the stroller. They returned from their walk just as his mother got out of the car carrying a large shopping bag. Robbie ran to meet her and helped her carry the bag into the house. She began taking things out of the bag. New shirts, a pair of pajamas, 2 packages of underwear. Plain white. You should have seen the mothers at Harkins buying underwear, she said. Why, I saw 3 mothers from your 3rd grade class alone. Robbie smiled. He must not have been the only boy with superheroes underwear. He looked at the pile on the table. There was something missing. There were no jeans in the pile. His hopes had been too high. His mother must have needed more time to get used to the idea of jeans. Robbie, there's one more bag in the car. Would you bring it in, please? Did he dare to hope? Robbie ran all the way to the car. He opened the bag so fast that he tore the sides. Yes! 3 pairs of jeans fell out into the driveway. 3 perfect pairs of jeans. Robbie hugged the jeans to his chest and smiled. He had done it. He carried the jeans up to his room and dropped them on his bed. Then he took off his shorts and tried a pair on. It was perfect. He zipped them up and did 2 deep knee bends, that's kind of like a little squat, to loosen them up. They felt great. He took his notebook out of his backpack and turned to a fresh blank sheet of paper. Carefully, he began to copy his list over. Time to get a fresh start on being cool. After he finished copying the list, he took out a red marker and put a big check by number 2. Get jeans and underwear. He was proud of that check mark. 1 down, 2 to go. He actually had done one of his steps. But there were 2 more left to go, and he was almost out of time. He had to be cool by tomorrow. All right, and before I go, I'm going to show you the picture of Robbie, and it has him laying down on his bed, trying on his jeans. You can tell that he's very content. He's happy. He has kind of like a little smirk or smile on his face. His other 2 jeans are on his bed, along with his shorts that he took off, and above it he has a bulletin board that has like his achievements, like with his grades and his school flag and some pictures that are important to him. So he's definitely in his element. He's feeling happy that he was actually able to speak up, and it worked. So now a kissless morning. We might be checking off another thing off his list. Let's check it out. Robbie woke up early the next morning. No, it hadn't been a dream. There were his new jeans on the foot of his bed. He jumped out of bed and put them on. They felt soft against his legs. Just right. He put on his shirt with a collar. Even it looked great with jeans. He pulled out his list and looked at it. The one bright red check mark stood out boldly on the page. 1 down, he said to himself with determination. 2 to go. He looked at the clock. He had 15 minutes to convince his mother not to come with him to the bus stop. Mission impossible? Nothing is impossible until you try it. He hurried downstairs. His father was sitting at the kitchen table reading the newspaper. Where's Mom? Robbie asked. She'll be down in a minute, said his father. Robbie sat down at the table. If she was still upstairs, then maybe she wasn't planning to walk him to the bus stop after all. She went upstairs to get her jacket. Yes, she was. She came downstairs carrying her jacket. Maybe there was no hope. He looked at the bowl of oatmeal at his place. Mom? He started without looking up. I'm in 3rd grade now. Do you think I could walk up to the bus stop by myself? There was a moment of silence. Robbie held his breath. Well, his mother began, I would watch both ways before crossing the street. Well, I would look out for cars. Okay. Not speak to strangers? Okay. Not go into the street. His mother laughed. I said okay. You may walk to the bus stop by yourself. After all, you are in third grade now. She smiled at Robbie's father. That look again. Brother! He began to eat. He had done it. 2 steps were complete. He finished his breakfast, picked up his backpack, and headed out the door to the bus stop. While he waited for the bus, he pulled out his list and put a big red check beside 3. No kisses at the bus stop. He was almost cool. As the bus pulled around the corner, he caught a glimpse of Bo sitting in his usual seat alone, and he wondered if being cool would save him this time. So we're going to finish up our book tomorrow and check out the last 3 chapters. Hopefully we can get through them fairly quickly. But I hope that you're really liking this. Please make sure you're paying attention. And I can't wait to see how this wraps up. See you later.